Apple up a cheer! Hey everyone, so today I'm talking about episode 10 of the 6th series of Doctor Who, The Girl Who Waited, and these glasses, which have no lenses, will be explained very soon. So there's two things that came to mind with this video straight away. First of all, the fact that I thought that it was going to be really different to what I thought it was going to be. It didn't look anything like it did in the trailer last week. You know when you see a trailer and you can basically tell the storyline? This was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. The second thing that became apparent is that it gave me a lot more emotions than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be an emotional episode, so I wasn't really prepared for that. So I was a bit shocked. So as usual, I will go through my findings chronologically and then I'll do an overall sum up. So the concept that there are two different time zones in that, even though they seem to be running at the same time, one's running a lot longer, for every 1 day, 36 years kind of thing, I was like, that's a really good concept. It's really basic, really simple, and something which I suppose can be quite terrifying. If you go into a different time zone, you're going to age a lot quicker, and I think it's kind of scary, and I think it'd be more scary for Rory and the Doctor, knowing that every second that passes for them is, days, weeks for Amy. So that's quite scary. The kind creatures I thought were kind of weird. I was like, what on earth are they? The actual physical appearance of them I thought was kind of interesting, very basic, a lot more creative than pretty much the rest of the Series 6 creatures, so I was very happy that we had something a bit more sci-fi, even though it was metallic. I prefer the creatures which are more human-like, in the way by I mean like the Judoon, where they actually have skin, or the Centauran at least have a skin head, rather than just metallic body, but never mind. Then we have the Rory Cam. Rory Cam! These are actually the glasses that came with one of the Doctor Who Adventures magazines. They're supposed to be 10th Doctor glasses, and I kept hold of them, and they actually really do look like Rory Cam glasses, so they are my Rory Cam or Amy Cam. Even though I can't really say Amy Cam because that kind of has a double meaning because of Amy Pond. But I just thought they were really cute. As soon as I saw them I was like, I've got to wear my Rory Cam. So that's pretty awesome. The Doctor can see everything I'm seeing right now, which is just me looking at the camera, but never mind. So that's those explained. Then when we first saw the older Amy, I was like, goodness. To start off with, she didn't look like she was in her 60s, obviously because she'd been there 36 years and however many months and days. That adds, I don't know how old is Amy? She's in her 20s. So she's obviously 60s, gotta be, roughly. She didn't look that, but as we saw the older Amy progress through, she actually kind of did. But it was weird, it was really weird. Then we had the sonic screwdriver probe. Thought that was pretty cool, really good concept. When she said she built a sonic device, the first thing I thought of was River, and I don't know why I thought of River, just mainly because River had a sonic device in Forest of the Dead Silence of the Library, is that what it's called? Yes, it is. And then it also kind of made me think of Sarah Jane, and then I got a bit emotional thinking of Elizabeth Sladen, so that wasn't very good. But it was a really good little concept that Amy had used her time wisely and still kept in touch with this sci-fi world. That was nice. The handbot that she disabled the technology within the handbot and named it Rory as her pet. I thought was so adorable. The little face she drew on Rory with the marker pens. Rory the robot, not Rory whatever you want to call Rory. The face she actually drew on the robot Rory was adorable. The personality of robot Rory was identical to the personality of Arthur Darvill's Rory. I thought he was absolutely adorable. He had this, even though he had the same facial expression, the robot, he kind of still had this really cute little essence to him. Very timid, but very, determined, and kind of, when she said sit down Rory and he slowly sat down, very obedient. I just thought it was a very cute little robot. We also got Matt saying, the Doctor, saying time is wibbly wobbly, which reminded me of David's whole wibbly wobbly time wimey thing from Blink in Series 3. That made me very happy. I also realised that the music in this is very beautiful. Now normally, I've said this in previous Doctor Who episode things, I don't normally pick up on the music of the show until I've watched it 2 or 3 times, or until I've bought the CD and then I recognise the music in the episodes. But there's something about the music in this just breathtakingly beautiful. It really draws the emotion out of you and made the scenes just so much more beautiful than what they would have been without it. So you know, kudos to that. That is absolutely brilliant. When the two Amy's were confiding in each other, when they were both looking through the looking glass and they could see each other and they were talking about their childhood and things, that was really emotional. That was kind of like, this is horrible. Can you imagine seeing your own self in 30 years time and ew, it's just weird. It's not something I really like to think about, if I'm perfectly honest. But it was just such a beautifully emotional scene, and that's the first point in this episode I did get a bit choked up. But, you know, it was worth it in there. And then you had the whole Macarena thing, which totally turned the situation on its head and kind of made it a bit more fun, you know. And then I'll turn around. I just felt the need to do that really. The Macarena is a really weird dance, and that's absolutely beautiful. Really liked that bit and very cleverly done there. You know, I'm rubbish with creativity, I really am. If somebody said to me, think of something that's important to Amy, I would have thought of fish fingers and custard, because that's how uncreative I am. So that was really nice. Then you had the big battle with the kindness row people, and like the older Amy was whacking them with swords and the younger Amy was like jabbing them. Oh, it was really nice, really nice to see them all cooperating. I'll be honest with you, the kindness looked really, what are they called, the kindness? What are they called? They don't actually have a name to them. I just call them kindness creatures. The robots look really easy to defeat, you know, like one punch and they're down. It just, they weren't scary. They were not scary at all. It was more the speed of time that scared me, not the robots. So, you know, also white walls. I have a fear of like, in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, when they go in the room and then they walk into it and the room seems to be getting at a slant. Where a room is not actually right, you know, like the full white walls and white doors and white floor and ceiling, it's like an illusion kind of. Illusions, that's it. Physical 3D illusions scare me. So that was a bit scary, just as a concept. Obviously we had the two to choose from, where we had to choose from the new Amy, or the old Amy, or the current Amy, and I was like, obviously you'd go for the current Amy, because the new Amy, the old Amy, I'm getting really confused. She's the new Amy because she's new in the episode, but she's old because she's in her 60s. I'm not saying people are old if they're in their 60s. I'm really digging a big deep hole here. Right, I'll start this bit again. So when we had to choose from the old Amy or the current Amy, I was like, I don't know how Rory's going to do that, because old Amy is still Amy. Even though it's in 36 years time, it's still the same person. So it's kind of weird. Obviously that paradox was never going to work. It's mental, that was never ever going to work. By the end of this I was very nearly hysterical. I really was holding back the tears and I was just thinking, come on, don't cry, don't cry. But it was really beautiful and really well done. When Amy said to, when she said at the end, show me Earth, show me home, I got a bit emotional. It did remind me of Rose. It reminded me a lot of Rose at that point. I don't know why specifically, I've not quite worked that bit out yet, but she did remind me of Rose a lot. Then you have the bit where the Doctor stuck his tongue out. I love that bit. That was the best thing ever. I've never seen a Doctor Who moment so funny. Yes, I have. Of course I have. But it was really great. Just really cheeky of the Doctor to just look at Amy and just go, I absolutely loved that. That was really fun. And just sort of brought the whole emotional to a little ball of fun. I really liked that. And I just thought it was typical Doctor. Yeah. So another really good episode. Not what I expected. A lot better than I expected. It's got to be one of my favourite Series 6 episodes. Probably not one of my overall favourite episodes, but I think one of my favourite Series 6 episodes. I just think there's not much to it. There is in the way of emotion, in the way of making choices, in the way of putting one Amy against the other and seeing what's really important in life. But as far as depth goes, there's not much there. There's not many, there's no weird alien creatures to get your head around, there's no theories, there's no concepts, there's no new questions being born, and there's no depth to it, which I think makes it a refreshing relief, because all the other previous episodes have been really hard-hitting and really heavy-going and really making you think, and it looks like the next episode is going to be like that too. The next episode you have clowns. Did I see the Weeping Angels in the trailer? I think I did, but I could be wrong. There just seems to be a massive variety in the next episode. So much going on there, I really can't wait. Yeah, but please don't forget to leave comments on this episode and my Rory Count glasses and anything else about Doctor Who. If you have any suggestions, requests, please do feel free to let me know. But that's it for just now, so see you all next time. Bye!